Well, I'm going to tell you about the first time I went to the Boundary Waters. It wasn't a trip, it was an adventure at that time. An adventure is more than a trip because we didn't know what we were going to get into. This was in 1954, 1955 when we made our first two trips. There's Burt Walters and Dave Easterday and Jim Koch and myself and Bill McAdams on that first trip. And we lit out, and in my 1953 Plymouth, we only rented one canoe. On my canoe, I had a yoke I put it on my shoulder. One guy could, well, heck, I could run with that son of a buck. It put me on a 50 yard, 50 yard dash, man. I could beat anybody with that canoe on my shoulders if that was necessary, but it was never necessary up there unless you were out running mosquitoes and gnats and can't see them. So it really wasn't funny when you hit those bugs up there because they were big, and sometimes the deer flies they'd come around. Boy, if they'd ever hit you, man, you'd whoop, you'd really. And I was the instigator of all of this because I just loved to hunt and fish, and I loved to take the guys out.
Hi, that's me, Cholo, also known as the cruise director. You normally won't see a lot of me. I'm usually behind a camera somewhere. Fred, he's my dad. His stories of the incredible fishing and rugged beauty of the Boundary Waters inspired me to gather my buddies and head north. This is our third trip to the Boundary Waters, well, except for Brad. This is his first chance to experience the Boundary Waters. Equipment has changed a lot over the last 60 years. Canoes have gotten lighter. Tents, well, who uses a freaking tent? Cooking gear is lighter and more efficient. And performance clothing also has made the trip to the Boundary Waters much more comfortable. My dad once told me that he would dig up old canned goods that previous groups had buried and he would eat them for dinner. In today's leave no trace world, that ain't ever gonna happen again. I am proud to be following in my father's footsteps. It's hard not to feel nostalgia when I'm here. Being in the Boundary Waters is part of who I am. Like my dad, I am the instigator of all of this because I love to hunt and fish, and I like to take the guys out.